Around 2500 years ago, a young prince named Siddhartha Gautama, later known as the Buddha, sat beneath a Bodhi tree in what is now northern India. After 40 days of meditation, he reached full realization into the nature of suffering, its root causes, and how it can be overcome. He imparted this wisdom in his first teaching, the Four Noble Truths, which form the basis of the many Buddhist traditions now practiced throughout the world. Just as the Buddha's core teachings have since become more widespread, so too has suffering grown in extent and magnitude across the globe. The challenges that humanity faces today are greater than ever before. Climate change, mass extinction of species, deforestation, pollution, dwindling supplies of water and oil, overpopulation, and the psychological effects of these crises are just some of the aspects of what could be called the first of the Four Global Truths. Although not a Buddhist book, the Four Global Truths uses the structure of the Four Noble Truths of Buddhism to address the reality of global suffering, trace its roots, question its relief, and suggest a road to recovery that echoes the Buddha's famous Eightfold Path. The process of recovering the balance that humanity has lost in regard to the natural world begins with an honest look at just how precarious and how unique in history is the situation in which we find ourselves. In tracing the origins of this imbalance, the book then delves deep into the evolutionary past of the universe, of the earth, and of humanity, outlining the development of a worldview that regards nature as devoid of subjectivity, purpose, and of all worth apart from its practical value to humans, whose collective influence has become so great as to alter the very dynamics of life on earth. As important as it is to understand how we arrived at this conception of the world and at this dramatic moment in history, it is perhaps even more crucial to realize that this is only half the story. For even as we confront the shadow of material progress and mechanistic thinking, we can see the dawn of a new worldview that recognizes the intimate interdependence of all forms of life and all aspects of reality. A more holistic worldview that integrates ancient and indigenous wisdom with the insights of quantum physics, deep ecology, and transpersonal psychology, that unites left brain solar rationality with right brain lunar relationality. Will this new form of consciousness be stabilized before the collapse of the structures upon which all life depends? Will breakthrough arrive before breakdown? The Four Global Truths maintains that the world's fate will be determined by our individual and collective efforts, not by metaphysical or extraterrestrial forces. Those of us who are awake and aware of both the peril and the promise of our times have been presented with a special challenge, which is also a precious gift, an opportunity to use our unique talents in service of the entire Earth community. The future is in our hands.